Another half-hour passed by, and Miss Woods started to fly the craft at a downward angle. "We're descending toward Alpha. Watch straight ahead." Joseph looked straight forward into the dark desert. They had dropped less than 1,000 feet, and speed had dropped to below 200 miles an hour. Instantly, a large lighted complex appeared in front of them, as if by magic. How did that come out of nowhere? She looked at him leaning forward with his hands on the dash and a fascinated look on his face. "We have a hollow G field around the whole place. Outside you see a great Victorian desert. Inside you see a few square miles as they really are." The Sparrow now descended toward a runway and a hangar. "The campus looks like it has a mirror image of buildings, like the left and right side matched. Is that a reflection or hollow G?" he asked. "Blue and gold teams. Your class will have half the campus, while those 3 years ahead of you have the other half," she said. The Sparrow touched down gently in front of the hangar. Miss Woods rolled down the window of the Sparrow. "Am I part of the blue or gold team?" "You're part of the gold team." She then turned her head out the window and said, "Request permission to drive to hotel." Joseph pulled himself up a little higher to see who she was talking to. What he saw freaked him out a little. It was a robot, human-sized, but all metal with a blank-looking metal face. "Permission to drive to hotel granted," the robot said in a very human voice. "You have robots here?" "We call them bots. Yes, we have bots here. The fewer people we use, the fewer memories we have to erase." "You erase memories?" "Sparrow ground mode." Miss Woods started driving away from the hangar and past some very large modern-looking buildings. If some pieces of information is deemed a certain classified level and someone who doesn't have that classification level learns or knows about it, we correct that by either raising the classification level or, if that person is considered a security risk, their memory of the information is erased. Will you ever erase my memory? Every Alpha graduate has the highest level of security clearance, and no Alpha has ever had their clearance revoked, she said with some sense of pride. Has anyone invited to Alpha not graduated? Alpha has had a 100% success rate at making superheroes. The Sparrow then came to a stop. They were parked in front of what looked just like a hotel, only the doorman was a bot. "Welcome to Hotel Alpha," the bot said. Joseph stepped out on the curb and said, "Thank you." He wasn't really sure how to answer the doorman bot. Miss Woods looked at him and pointed to him to do the talking. "Do you have any luggage I can help you with today?" the doorman bot asked. "Yes, 2 cases in the back, please." He wasn't sure if he should add the please or not, but as his mother always told him, good manners are free and should be used freely. As they walked into the lobby of the hotel, Joseph asked, "Will I be staying at this hotel for 6 years?" "No, this is just until all students arrive and teams are made. You will then move into your dorms with your whole team at the same time. The hotel is also for your parents to visit at Christmas. If your parents pass the background checks, almost all do, they are brought here in secret. They get a chance to see what their children are doing and get a better understanding of their education." The lobby was grand. It could have been the lobby of any 5-star hotel. The only obvious difference was that this one had 2 bots at the reception desk. Joseph asked, "Is everyone in this hotel a bot?" "Just the staff, and everything is up and running 24 hours a day." Joseph looked around and he saw a lounge area that extended into a large restaurant. He saw directions on the wall to a pool, sauna, exercise area, conference rooms, fax machines, computers, internet access, coffee bar, and the list went on. "So that restaurant is open 24/7? "Yes, it is." "I'm hungry." "We need to check in." "They won't feed us until we check in?" "No, they will." She trailed off and realized her mistake. "Great, let's eat." "We need to get you checked in," she said firmly. "Last time I was this hungry, I turned a whole school into a chunk of metal." "I heard it was a parking lot," she said. Joseph didn't move or blink. Miss Woods finally gave in. "Okay, we can eat first." After a cheeseburger and curly fries served by a bot, they managed to check Joseph in. A bot then took them to Joseph's room. The room was huge with 2 king-size beds, a kitchen, and a big screen plasma TV. "Swanky," Joseph said, taking it in. The bot then placed Joseph's cases on the bed and asked if he would need anything else before he left. Joseph grabbed the remote to the TV and tried to use it. "It doesn't work after hours. Remember, it's 5 a.m. here," Miss Woods said. "You mean 0500 local time," he said with a smile. She smiled back at him. "Right. I hope you catch on to everything that quickly here. There are a few other students in the hotel now. You are not allowed to use your powers until told to do so. Now get some rest or a nap or whatever you can. Food is served whenever you like it tomorrow while people are still arriving. After that, it will be on schedule. Learn the schedule." She headed to the door and opened it. "One last thing. Only introduce yourself by your handle, never your real name. You will only be known by your handle until your coach tells you otherwise. Learning to keep secrets is a way of life for a superhero." "Thanks. I know you tried to make my trip here nice." "You're welcome. I'm sure I'll see you again." Miss Woods then closed the door, and Joseph was alone in his room. Joseph looked around his room for a while. He looked out of the window trying to imagine what each building was for, or how the lake in the distance survived in the desert climate. He finally took her advice and laid down for a nap. Joseph woke about 4 hours later. It was 0900 local time. He quickly moved to the window and looked out. He was quite curious to see Alpha in the daylight. The lawns were green and immaculately manicured. The trees on both halves of the campus even looked identical. The building looked new and clean. Was this all built by robots? He thought. Joseph was not sure he wanted to go right down to eat. Other super kids could be down there. He took a shower and changed his clothes in an effort to look a little cooler. Joseph finally decided on tennis shoes, jeans, and a t-shirt that looked kind of like a team jersey but had no numbers on it. Other kids looked relaxed when they wore these kinds of clothes. He wanted others to think he was relaxed. Joseph left his room at 1100 and headed for the elevators. On the ground floor, the elevator opened. The lobby didn't look that much different during the day. Bots and no people. He walked out into the middle of the lobby, then his enhanced hearing heard the other children. Joseph turned to see 5 children sitting in the dining area past the far part of the lobby. They noticed him just after he had noticed them. They waved and enthusiastically motioned for him to come over. Joseph walked over to the table. "Good morning." A milky white boy with red hair and freckles stood up first. "Good morning. My name is I.Q. Let me introduce everyone at the table." I.Q. sounds Irish, and he sounds a lot more grown up than I would expect, Joseph thought. "This is Hollow. She's 12. Her powers are light, dark, hot, cold, flight, and invisibility," he said as he pointed to a beautiful short African girl with braids and perfect skin. "This is Port. He's 13, a healer and a teleporter," he said, motioning to a boy nodding. Port looked naturally athletic, like a near miss with bronze skin, dark hair, and smiling brown eyes. "This is Armory. He's 14, a genius and a techie who specializes in high-tech weapons," said IQ. "Weapon systems," Armory said to correct IQ. Armory was a Korean boy not much bigger than Midas. "And this is Jack. She interfaces with and controls technology. She's 14, IQ said. Jack looked young, but was already tall like a model. With her blonde hair, brown eyes, she looked like a model too. "As I said, I'm IQ. I'm 14.